I'm the president of cryonext.tech. We provide modality equipment, mainly cryotherapy, to the cryotherapy industry. I believe I started on the Inspired Performance program back in February of 2016, and it's continually helping me. It's actually a habit. I tell people it's an instinct now. It's actually ingrown in my mind that every time I go through a period of stress or whatever, it comes back. I'm a very faithful person, and I remember praying about needing something to change my course of life in business and other things, and within the next day I heard an opportunity to speak with Don, and the opportunity came in a form of him calling and asking about another resource that I had, and that's when the introduction into the program became. And then I was able to meet with Don and be able to go through the program and actually do it within the next week. The way this program works in a spiritual sense is it clears away any doubts that you may have with yourself. I believe that once this blocked any traumatic events from my mind, I was able to now focus on self and truly know the love that I can not only give myself, but to my creator, which is God, and be able to feel that true love. And so it's increased and opened me up in not just loving me, but also loving and being compassionate and understanding of everyone else around me. In business, the Inspired Performance program allows me to focus on the project at hand. It allows me to not worry about what may happen if I don't do it right. I don't doubt myself. I'm able to focus truly on the project at hand, not worry about the outcome, and not be fearful to address and execute on it, because that usually lends to procrastination. That leads to incomplete projects. It lends to, of course, not being in the moment, not being centered. And so it allows me to really, truly be productive, focus on the details, and get projects done. I look at projects nowadays with total optimism. One of the things that Don has taught us is the difference between being confident or being optimistic. Confidence is when you, a little bit more, you're trying to tell what the future will bring to your project or the action or the task that you have at hand, whereas optimism tells you to be always ready for whatever comes your way. And so with business, it allows me to stay fluid. And the funny thing my associates always tell me is I always use the word fluid, and I always tell them to be flexible and fluid, and it's because of that. You never know what's going to happen, but with optimism, you know that when it comes your way, you'll be able to address the situation. Yes, the Inspired Performance program has totally improved my business life. I mean, in a matter of less than a year, not only did we take the project that I was working on that was taking like maybe 2 years, and within a year it's skyrocketed into bringing in multiple partners that not only saw my vision, they were able to hear it, because I was finally able to talk more about the details of the project to allow me to lead the vision with these people, so people were more interested in being a part of it. Not only that, partners, but also my customers were able to listen to my vision, and they wanted to join that same energy that I had. It was a newfound energy that I actually had. And so within that moment, within the period of 1 year, we've gotten multiple partners. We've opened up distribution in China, not only with China, but with the government in China to do the same things we're doing here in the US, overseas to China, to work with the major sports teams in China, as well as the athletic program. Sky's the limit. I mean, it's been crazy. We've got multiple locations across the country that we've helped set up, over 25 locations that we've already set up across the country. In sales, we've had maybe 300,000 last year, and we've already tripled that this year in less than 2 months. Traveling all over the place, meeting people, and of course, working with Tony Robbins for a project as well. We're working with other celebrities in this industry, and of course, we opened up 2 locations. So that's pretty massive. I'm very humbled about it. It's never something I've ever experienced in my life, but since this program, basically the belief system that I had in myself, the lack of, is gone. There's nothing I don't feel like I can conquer or able to do. And so I'm very, very blessed with that. I not only enjoy the audios, it's part of my life. It runs through my mind. Sometimes I don't even have to listen to the audios. I know exactly what the audios tell me. It's so simple. It's a simple 20-minute, maybe 25 minutes, but you go through it. When I look at the audios and I look what the audios tell me to do, it's the same thing that anyone who decides they want to go eat a donut or take a cigarette break. Those things that they do, that's what I do with the audios. It's my break. It's my way to center myself, to find myself if I'm in need of a stress break. But a lot of times people will tell me that they notice in me when I'm talking with them. Sometimes my eyes close very slowly during moments, and they're asking me what I'm doing. Well, it's instinctively, my eyes are closing because I'm now seeing my symbol. I think it started me to truly learn how to understand people. And I always say, once you learn how to understand people, you start to become more compassionate, and that all turns into actually being able to love. And not only love yourself, because you know it was not your fault per se of what was going on in your past, or you now are more compassionate and loving towards everyone else. And I think that's the basis. Once you start to learn how to love through this program, you start to become thankful through the gratitude series, of course, and all that now then escalates and blossoms into productivity all around. You can approach anyone on the street, approach anyone in business, approach any family member who may be having an issue, and be able to sit there and understand and truly listen and truly be in the moment. And that's one thing that has changed my business life as well, is I can be in the moment with a client, with a partner, and understand. Case in point, we just traveled from Troy, Michigan, and the client was totally just livid with the fact that he wasn't getting his product. And I allowed him to be emotional about it. And he dropped F-bombs and he swore at me through the phone, and I kept my composure. And it was because I understood what his frustration was all about. And before, I would not have been. I would have countered with my own aggression, but I was able to. So we got to a resolution, he apologized, and now we've got an even more committed client and a customer that saw not only that we're committed to them, but also that my character and my personality is someone that can be forgiving and understanding. And that's what creates relationships. And I tell the businesses that we coach all the time, this is not about us just selling you equipment. It's about us creating a relationship with you, creating a long-term relationship. And the only way to do that truly is if you learn how to be compassionate, understanding, and forgiving with everyone around you. And that starts with being able to love. And that is what a lot of people have seen in me. And I think that alone can help society and help all the issues that we have in this world. And yes, of course, I would recommend this to everyone. It's a must, it's a need, it's what will change the world for good. Yes, I've seen many changes of people that have gone in. Of course, with the people that have gone through it, it's easier to talk to them about the program, and I've seen the results in them as well, and seen the productivity in their lives, and it's easy for us to bounce back ideas back and forth because now we're on the same page. But I also know if they're not listening to the audios, it shows in the results of their lack of progression through the program. So what I do is I usually say, hey, why don't you listen to the audios, or why don't you do this, or breathe a little bit more, and we end up like coaching each other and helping each other through. So I definitely see like a big community, a big network in this when it starts to blossom much more, where we can all come together, like-minded people, and be able to share in our experiences and support each other.